ॐ ॐ सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहैः ॐ शान्तिः 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 ॐ गुरुर्ब्रह्मा गुरुर्विष्णुः गुरुर्देवो महेश्वरः गुरु साक्षात् परं ब्रह्म तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः। ओम सच्चिदानंदरूपाय विश्वोत्पत्त्यादिहेतवे तापत्रय विनाशाय श्रीकृष्णाय वयं नुमः। When such chantings are done, either tune to the Guru or tune to the Lord or tune to that Shastra in which this mantra is mentioned, or bring in yourself that feeling and bhavana of devotion, so that every time when we are spending time and energy in doing these chantings, we must get maximum benefit of expressing our devotion and invoking His grace. ॐ जन्माद्यस्य यतोऽन्वयादितरतश्च अर्थेष्वभिघ्नस्वराट् तेने ब्रह्महृदाय आदिकवये मुह्यन्ति यत्सूरयः तेजो वारिमृदां यथा विनिमयो यत्र त्रिसर्गो मृषा धाम्ना स्वेन सदा निरस्तकुहकं सत्यं परं धीमहि नारायणं नमस्कृत्य नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरयेत्। ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ॐ योऽन्तः प्रविश्य मम वाचमिमां प्रसुप्तां सञ्जीवयत्यखिलशक्तिधरस्वधाम्ना अन्यांश्च हस्तचरणश्रवण त्वगादीन् प्राणान् नमो भगवते पुरुषाय तुभ्यं। समस्त देवताभ्यो ऋषिभ्यो मुनिभ्यो गुरुभ्यो नमः। श्रीमद्भागवत महापुराण आचार्येभ्यो नमः। परब्रह्मणे महाविष्णवे ब्रह्मणे सनकादिमुनिभ्यो नारदाय वेदव्यासाय शुकब्रह्मर्षये सूतमहामुनिये शौनकादिऋषिभ्यो वैशम्पायनादिऋषिभ्यो अत्र्यादिऋषिभ्यो प्रह्लादादिभक्तजनेभ्यो मत्स्यादिवतारेभ्यो आदित्यादि नवग्रह देवताभ्यो नमः। श्री दक्षिणामूर्ति दत्तात्रेय हयग्रीवादिगुरुभ्यो नमः। ओम श्री दुर्गा लक्ष्मी सरस्वती स्वरूपिणी श्रीमात्रे नमः। ओम श्री माता पितृदेवताभ्यो नमः। अद्य शंकराचार्य वर्यादिगुरुभ्यो नमः। अस्मद्गुरुभ्यो नमः। ओम श्री कृष्ण परब्रह्मणे नमः। श्रीमद्भागवत महापुराणम् एकादश स्कंधः मुक्तिः हित्वा अन्यथा रूपम स्वरूपेण व्यवस्थितिः। अथ विंशोऽध्यायः। श्री भगवान उवाच। चैंट फ्रॉम 25। यदि कुर्यात् प्रमादेन योगी कर्म विगर्हितं योगेनैव दहेदं हः नान्यत्तत्र कदाचन स्वे स्वेधिकारे या निष्ठा सगुणः परिकीर्तितः कर्मणां जात्यशुद्धानाम् अनेन नियमः कृतः गुणदोषविधानेन संगानां त्यागनेच्छया जातश्रद्धो मत्कथासु निर्विण्णः सर्वकर्मसु वेददुःखात्मकान् कामान् परित्यागेऽप्यनेश्वरः ततो भजेत मां प्रीतः श्रद्धाळुर्दृढनिश्चयः जुषमाणश्च तान् कामान् दुःखोदर्कांश्च गर्हयन् प्रोक्तेन भक्तियोगेन भजतो मासकृन्मुनेः कामा हृदया नश्यन्ति सर्वे मयि हृदि स्थिते भिद्यते हृदयग्रन्थिः छिद्यन्ते सर्वसंशयाः क्षीयन्ते चास्य कर्माणि मयि दृष्टे किलात्मने तस्मात् मद्भक्तियुक्तस्य योगिनो वै मदात्मनः न ज्ञानं न च वैराग्यं प्रायः श्रेयो भवेदिह। यत्कर्मभिर्यत्तपसा ज्ञानवैराग्यतश्च यतो योगेन दानधर्मेण श्रेयोभिरितरैरपि सर्वं मद्भक्तियोगेन मद्भक्तो लभतेऽञ्जसा स्वर्गापवर्गं मद्धाम कथञ्चित् यदि वाञ्छते न किञ्चित् साधवो धीराः भक्ता ह्येकान्तिनो मम वाञ्छन्त्यपि मया दत्तं कैवल्यम् अपुनर्भवम् नैरपेक्ष्यं परं प्राहुः निःश्रेयसमनल्पकं तस्मात् निराशिषो भक्तिः निरपेक्षस्य मे भवेत् न वै एकान्तभक्तानां गुणदोषोद्भवा गुणाः साधूनां समचित्तानां बुद्धेः परमुपेयुषाम् एवमेतान् मयादिष्टान् अनुतिष्ठन्ति मे पथः क्षेमं विन्दन्ति मत्स्थानं यद्ब्रह्म परमं विदुः। इति श्रीमद्भागवते महापुराणे पारमहंस्यां संहितायाम् एकादशस्कन्धे विंशोऽध्यायः। ओम शांति शांति शांति। ओम श्री कृष्ण शरणं मम, श्री भागवत शरणं मम, श्री सद्गुरु शरणं मम, श्री सूत शरणं मम, श्री शुकदेव शरणं मम, श्री व्यास शरणं मम, श्री कुमार शरणं मम, श्री नारद शरणं मम, श्री ब्रह्मा शरणं मम, श्री विष्णु शरणं मम, श्री परब्रह्म शरणं मम, श्री कृष्ण शरणं मम, शरणं मम, शरणं मम। श्री कृष्ण गोविंद हरे मुरारे, हे नाथ नारायण वासुदेव। श्री कृष्ण गोविंद हरे मुरारे, हे नाथ नारायण वासुदेव। श्री कृष्ण गोविंद हरे मुरारे, श्री कृष्ण गोविंद हरे मुरारे, हे नाथ नारायण वासुदेव, हे नाथ नारायण वासुदेव, हे नाथ नारायण वासुदेव। ओम मुखं करोति वाचालं पंगुं लंघयते गिरिं यत्कृपातमहं वन्दे परमानन्दमाधवम्। ओम कृष्ण प्रियं सकलकल्मषनाशनं च मुक्त्येकहेतुमिह भक्तिविलासकारि सन्तः कथानकमिदं पिबतादरेण लोके हि तीर्थपरिशीलनस्येवया किम्। ओम नारायणं नमस्कृत्य नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरयेत्। ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम श्री कृष्ण परब्रह्मणे नमः। श्रीमद्भागवत महापुराणमेकादश स्कन्धः मुक्तिर्हित्वान्यथा रूपं स्वरूपेण व्यवस्थितिः। अथ विंशोऽध्यायः। श्रीभगवानुवाच। Salutations to Bhagavan, to all the gurus, and congratulations to every one of you who are in this foreign language of English. When this most sublime text of Bhagavad Mahapurana, with its most deep, beautiful subject of Bhagavan Krishna's teachings for Mukti, when these classes are going on, you are with all the apt attitude and rapt attention, with your all regularity and sincerity, trying to grasp as much as possible. When we maintain that sincerity in us, add to it that Shubhecha, that may this study not go wasted, may we experience that most promised deep devotional joy inside, resulting in the Kripa Bhagwan, where we see all our equipments are balanced and also purified and transcended, and we are in that alaukika atita ananda by the grace of these gurus and the Lord. May it happen to us. In the same way, as we are the students of Bhagavata and devotees of Bhagavan and the seekers of truth, whatever the past sins were done, which definitely leads to our present prarabdha, may the gods be kind enough to see that we don't suffer all those much. May our faith in the Lord, may our sadhana for the Lord doesn't get shaken or weakened by any of such disturbances and distractions. May the Lord understand our deep sincerity that really we want to be in the lap of Lord, at the feet of the Lord, under the umbrella of the Lord, in that protecting shelter of Lord only. Our choice is that alone. And because of this devils of mind intellect, sometimes even if distraction happens, that is not our will. It just happened. Oh Lord, even that also. Like Prahlada already, Prahlada Adi, great bhaktas ask, please remove even that final scar of impression or vasana, which will disturb my devotion to you. Even that also be removed. Having prayed like this, now these slokas of 20th chapter, we are trying to see a 3 or 4% of its meaning according to our own capacity. But as we are doing now in the class, in the same way, at our own home, staying in that our own seclusion, take up these texts and these slokas and these meanings for the deeper understanding, for the deeper conviction that would help us more to evolve quickly. May we all find the time, energy, inspiration to do so. Now, in the theme under discussion, chapter 20, Sarga 11, Skandha 11, what do we see is Bhagavan said to us first, if at all any karma, vigarhita karma happens through us, let us atone that, let us compensate that with only our intensified yoga sadhanas. So that sadhana is done one side, another to repeat that mistake, the opportunity is not given. So this is how one of the very powerful and useful and effective tip or technique Bhagavan told us. If that is not done, either we'll get into the regrets and remorses that why did I do? अगर उतना भी इज्जत common sense है तो, or else first time any mistake done, the amount of shyness which we feel, second third time when we do it, it will not be. Therefore, it starts becoming a habit. Then we justify and we become arrogant. Then we say, तुमको रहते हो बोलने वाले, मेरे को पता है क्या करना. And we'll fall step by step like that without our own knowledge. And one day when we look around, we have fallen so much that to rise above, we don't know whether it will be possible or not. If yes, how many lives? On the contrary, as an atonement also, prayaschitta, if we do intensely our sadhana, then sadhana is done, the Lord is pleased also, and that proves to the Lord that truly we are genuine seekers. It's only because of our inner insufficiencies, inefficiencies, weaknesses, such bigger hita karma is done by us. And mind you, there's no doubt that when we enter into spiritual sadhana, from the worldly experience of all indulgences and bhoga, it is truly difficult, but it has to be made easy. It looks to be impossible, we have to try to make it possible. It is so for everyone. If it were to be so effortlessly easy for anyone, everyone would have done only this to reach God. Why people will run behind Artha Kama if the Dharma Moksha are as easy as Artha Kama? Is it not? They are difficult only. That's why only chosen few, rare few alone pursue this one. Among them, few continue. Among them, few reach out. We can be one of them. So through these rises and falls and little movements, again stagnations, again stability, let us that way with somehow or the other pushing करते करते थोड़ा थोड़ा आगे बढ़ना. That was one idea. Second one is about the guna doshata, as said in the Shastra, to do as the vidhi and to remove as pratishedha. विधि प्रसिद्धेदात्मक गुण दोष ऑफ द शास्त्र, उसके बारे में थोड़ा टच करके बताएं. स्वे स्वे अधिकारे या निष्ठा सगुण परिकीर्तितः. So here we have exhaustively explained yesterday, according to guna, according to varnashrama, to whatever the karma we have adhikara, doing that is our vyavaharika gunata dharma. But once we come into spiritual sadhana, there the definitions change. Though the decision or definition or the naming is done according to gunas only, but here we are not called as varnashrama dharmina, but we are called as jnana yogi, bhakti yogi or karma yogi. So according to our predominant guna, to whatever the yoga sadhana we become qualified, doing that will become gunaha. So emotional time involved in your bhakti sadhana, intellectual time involved in your jnana sadhana. Little too much of chanchalata of the antakarana, do the yoga sadhana. Very lazy, do karma yoga. So sve sve adhikare ya nishta saha gunaha parikirtita. Okay. One important thought. Karmanam jati ashuddhana. Karma by birth are ashuddhi. By birth means by the birth of karma. Because in the karma, karta, karma phala, samsara is inherently there. Jati ashuddha. Karma mein by nature, jati nature. By nature the karmas are impure only. Because they hide Paramatma from us. Avidya, kama, karma. So karmanam jati ashuddha. Now one meaning. Let us keep it in mind. Always the karma is an ashuddhi and impurity for a person who wants to know the self who is beyond the triplet of karta karma kriya or ज्ञाता ज्ञानम ज्ञेय. इन त्रिपुटी के परे रहने वाले परमात्मा को जानने के लिए कर्म जो है आतंक है, इट्स hindrance है, therefore it is ashuddhi. Yet anena niyama kritaha. So anena niyama means controlled. The karmas which are by nature are ashuddhi and binders. Their karma means kamya karma or the first two, dharma artha sambandhita karma. What is done? By this decision of gunata, that according to your predominant nature, take up one or the other theory of the sadhanas. By this one, this jatiya shuddha karmas, niyama is done. Niyama is control. They are put under strict control or check. Else, we involve so much in unwanted karma that for thousands of lives, we don't even remember that there is something like spiritual sadhana. Just like in this life, thousands of days we lived. If our age is 60 years, almost how many years we lived, days we lived? 365 into 60. So, 21 या 22,000 दिन हमने जिया. तो 22,000 दिन में every day we were involved in karma only. Very rarely the true bhakti and true jnana. Just like the days have passed, in the same way the lives also pass by getting caught up in the karma. That's the tendency in the karmas that is there. They prompt us to repeat them. Either they ask us to repeat or they ask to do something else similar to it. In the bargain, we never do our jnana and bhakti. So to do the niyama of these karmas, there is no other way than injecting into us the inspiration to do the karma yoga, the bhakti yoga, jnana yoga, or yama niyama, the ashtanga yoga. So what question he asked, what answer here Lord gave, you must know it now. Little bit scholarly in your thinking because you are already at the fag end of 11th skandha of Bhagavat Purana, in which also Mukti skandha we are doing such a long days. So वो मेच्योरिटी होना ही है हमको. भगवान ने क्या कहा, उद्धव ने क्या पूछा, भगवान ने क्या जवाब दी. So your discussion about the karma as guna and dosha, and therefore it is to be done with the not to be done pratisheda is a very gross level. We in fact want to rise above both type of karmas because karma by jati ashuddhi. And that we have to do through the ज्ञान yoga, ashtanga yoga and bhakti yoga. इसके लिए एक कर्म का नियम लगाया. कर्मणाम जाति शुद्ध नाम अनेन कर्मणाम नियमः कृतः अनेन योग साधनेन. Then gunadosha vidhanena. And why the gunadosha vidhana is given? The sanganam tyaganechaya. So the superficial level of gunadoshata is to get rid of the sangha. Sangha का त्याग छोड़ने, त्याग करने के लिए. The initial gunadosha, doing and not doing. Then the yoga sadhanas are told to rise above the entire drama of karma itself because the jati ashuddha. Therefore, the two levels. One level of Shastrokta Gunadosha Vidhana to come out of the Sangha toward the Karma Phala Ityadi. At higher level, even to give up all karmas, because by birth karma or bondage don't allow us to know the knowledge. Therefore, to stop or rise above the karma, the Jnana Yoga, the Ashtanga Yoga, Bhakti Yoga are said. Though they are also karma in between, but they really take us toward the truth and reality. The Ashtanga Yoga by Vritti Nirodha, the Bhakti by filling our hearts with our total surrender yukta devotion to the Lord. The Jnana Yoga to remove the parda only of Maya, which was creating unnecessarily the non-existing world. वो निकल ही जाएगा उससे. So therefore, the two levels. One level may exactly what Shastra said in that according to Guna Dosha Vibhajana, we have to do the Vidyukta karma, we should remove the Pratisheda karma. At the higher level, don't worry too much about them. You involve in sadhanas, the yoga sadhanas, which Bhagavan gave, either of these three. Clear? Now, Jata Shraddho Mat Kathasu. We saw it yesterday, I know it, but being important, this topic we just repeating. Mat Kathasu Jata Shraddha. So you have given up Pratisheda karma. We started doing Vidyatmaka karma, and we also involved in some satsanga with somebody, or somebody told us. Slowly, this happened in us. What happened? Mat Kathasu Jata Shraddha. Devotion for the stories, glories, leelas of the Lord got into our heart. Nirvinnaha sarva karmasu. By this doing and by purification also, by sticking to dharma ityadi, we got also nirveda from the karma phala ityadi. Veda dukkhatmakan karman. In fact, by analyzing our own experiences, by analyzing the experience of the people in the world of the past and present, we have understood that kaman or dukkhatmaka. All the desires are leading to dukkha. Now, this is a great achievement. Yesterday, we spent 10 minutes on this topic. Today, also 1 or 2 minutes in our inquiry in its matured state. Also, throughout our lives experiences, when they are in an unbiased, positive manner analyzed, you know what they all are lead to? Kamana dukkha udarkana, dukkhatmakan. This conclusion, if comes in our life, we are the most lucky one. What is what? Sarva kamanaha. All desires are dukkhatmaka. In the womb of them, they have nothing but dukkha to give us. Remember, every kamana leading to dukkha. This decision we have to make it strongly. It is a fact. Either the kamana will give us dukkha by enslaving us to that particular kamana. Second way, the kamana makes us dukhi by making us habitually run behind desires. When we become running behind desires habitually, many times we don't have resources to fulfill desire. Then what to do? We will start leading a life of adharma and papa. Naturally, that leads to dukkha. Third one, in an honest manner only you are fulfilling all your kamana. Yet that will bind us to only kama karmana purti jiva. It will never allow us to rise to our essential nature level. That also dukkha. And anybody, if he is not pursuing spiritual path of knowing the truth, how much ever noble he may be, 1,000 lives, there is always probability that even in at least in the 1,001 life, he may commit some mistake, and it can become like a wool gathering, like a snowballing effect. It can pull us down to any level. That's what we see in the life stories of so many people in this world. Now, these are the 4 5 analysis given to understand and accept what Krishna says here, that dukkhatmakan kaman, having known them. But even after that, the problem is not solved. Why? Because parityagepi anishwaraha. Still he has no ability, capacity to completely give up the kama, kamanas. We do tyaga, some of them, and we are not able to do the parityaga. Some of them for some time we give up, may not be for all the time. All the time we may give up some of the kamana, but all the kamana we are not able to give up. And remember, even if little kamana is there, then the mind and the world is real. When the mind and the world is real, it is like snake is real. Then you can never see the rope, we can never see the Parama Atma. Yaad rakh lena. Now, as we proceed higher and higher in our study, these higher and deeper things, we should be ready to listen and understand and accept. There should be no hesitation. We have to rise. So, parityagevi anishwara. To such person, the wonderful hint given by Lord out of his love and compassion are these things. One is what? Tato bhajetamam pritaha. This is, yesterday we explained to a great extent. One thing only we added, what? How much ever sins we do one side, we maybe are punished for that. All that let it go on. But whatever the bhajana we were doing, sadhana we were doing, that's the only support or anchor to protect us from totally dubna. जो कोई बंदा डूब ही गया और उसको भी बचाएगा ही नहीं, ऊपर थोड़ा तड़प रहा है या कुछ तैरने का कोशिश कर रहा है, कोई जाकर रस्सी देकर उसको बाहर लाएगा. So this whatever sadhanas we are doing regularly, doing that it is the one by which we are not totally drowned in that. Someday or the other, somebody will come and protect us, take us across. Therefore, tato bhajeta mam, never ever give up bhajana. Now, when we are becoming anishvara, not able to give up the kamya karma or nishita karma, pritaha, consciously develop your preeti to Bhagavan. How do you do that? By knowing His greatness, by knowing His grace in our life. ये कितने भी सारे आपको बहुत बार हम देखा है, सुना है, पढ़ाए हैं, उन सब के रीजनों से our प्रीति to the Lord should increase. प्रीता भजेत. That time in that prema, add this sankalpa. Oh Lord, see these mistakes are happening through me. I'm not able to give up this nishiddha karma, this kamya karma. You are all powerful, you are all compassionate, you are the Lord of the Maya Shakti, and these are all Maya Krita. Can you please remove that parda of Maya? Can you remove that wrong conviction in me that I can't live without that? Please, Lord, bless me. Yesterday we saw about this very much. The problem with us is the convictions. That without that we can't live. Live. Is it not? This is what the meaning of Tato Bhajetama Prita. Second one is what? When with that Preeti we are doing the bhajan of Lord, definitely Bhagavan will remove that Maya. That is called as Shraddha. And till the Lord removes that Maya, keep on doing the bhajana with Preeti is called as Drudha Nishchayaha. Here bhajana means contacting the Lord always. Means what? Our mind is only tuned to the Lord with Navadha Bhakti. No other thing we are doing at all. Then by his, in the next sloka he is going to say how he is going to help us. And then before that, having done these three things, Pritaha bhajat mam bhajeta, second one is Shraddhaluho, third is Drudha Nishchayaha, fourth one, because you are Anishvara, not able to give them up, Jushamanashchatan Kaman, while going through them, Dukkho Darkansha Garhayan. As it was started, Dukkhatmakan karke, already it is our conviction. Nobody need to tell us that the kamana leads to dukkha. We know it, but we're not able to give it up. Now, that thing you repeatedly tell to yourself. Dukkho darkanscha garhayanna tan kaman dushamanaha. See, because of this kamana only, because of the indulgence only, this type of dukkha came to me. करके इतना बोलते रहो कि वो कामना पूर्ति के प्रति हमारे अंदर द्वेष भाव प्रतिपक्ष भावना डेवलप हो जाए. We do it in our life. When you expect something from somebody, if that somebody doesn't fulfill it to us, all the love we convert into hatred and we stop talking to that fellow. Why do we do that? Because we understood कि इससे फायदा नहीं हो रहा है, नुकसान हो रहा है, ये दिमाग खराब है. Don't we do that? We get out of our friendships, our involvements, because उसका लेने का देना पड़ रहा है वहां. याद रखना है, सब कामनाओं में भी लेने का देना ही पड़ता है. इफ यू कैन नो दैट दुखो दरकान करके स्लोली विग्रहणा बढ़ेगा, then we ourselves slowly come out of it. First of all, we come out of the number of desires. Second is, we come out of the intensity of the desires. Superficial, they'll be there. Slowly, even they also go away. But remember, only when we, with Drudha Nishchaya and Shraddha, doing bhajan of the Lord with Preeti. Unless the positive sadhana is done more intensely, done more lovingly, done more regularly, we cannot come out of the negative, because mind को कुछ तो करना है ना. ये नहीं करोगे तो वो करवाएगा हमसे वो. We can't leave the mind empty. If you don't come to class, you will watch the TV. If you don't study your Shastra, you study only useless weeklies. If you don't do your japa and dhyana, you only call somebody and waste time of theirs and yours. तो कुछ तो करना है. हम मर्द जिंदा मुर्दा थोड़ी है, हम तो जिंदा है. They were doing positive should never be given up nor even justified. Clear? This is how Bhagavan says. तुम क्या है ना, उनको ग्रहणा करते हुए कि इनके कारण दुख हो रहा है, इनमें इंडल्ज होते हुए, because you are not able to give them up, still with Shraddha and the Dridhata, you just keep on increasing your bhakti to me. In this way, when you do, the miracle will happen. What's the miracle? Bhagavan says in the next mantra, Proktena bhakti yogena bhajato ma sakrun munehe kama hridaya nashyanti sarve mai hrudi sthite. How exhaustively spoke on this mantra yesterday for more than 15 minutes. So, Proktena Bhakti Yogena. As it was said in the 19th chapter, the Bhakti Yoga Sadhana, while doing them, Bhajato Maam Bhajataha. उस भक्ति योग से मेरा जो भजन कर रहा है असकृत मीन्स बार बार again and again whenever you get time, whenever you get opportunity, rather finding time and making it opportunity, making convenience, when we keep on doing that, that is called as ma asakrit. Ma means ma मुझे, असकृत मीन बार बार, भजतः करने से भजन. सो क्या होगा? कामा हृदया नश्यन्ति, सर्वे कामा हृदया नश्यन्ति. The heart becomes cleansed of all the dirt and filth of all the kamanas. Definitely. How does it happen, sir? What's the miracle? Mai hrudi sthite. Because I, the Jnana Swarupa, the Prema Swarupa, the Ananda Swarupa, when you have invited me through bhajana to me into your heart, when I come, when the light comes, the darkness goes away. When the sun comes, is it not? When the cool breeze comes, the hot winds go away. When it rains, all the heat goes away. In the same way, ये भगवान जो आनंद स्वरूप है, प्रेम स्वरूप है, ज्ञान स्वरूप है, ये तीन वाले भगवान जब हृदय में आते हैं तो काम का काम तमाम. What will the karma do in the mind then? It will not be there. Now we have to pause here for a minute and think. This is what is difference between we and the Pakawa Bhakta or Mukta person. What happened in him, what is yet to happen in us is this. From his heart, the desires have gone away. No more regrets or guilts or sins or naraka ityadi to him, because in his heart he is established the Lord firmly. It's like in their life also. If somebody is firmly established in dharma, obviously in his heart adharma is not there. इसी ने अब मान लिया, मानो मैं रिश्वत नहीं लूंगा पूरे मेरे सर्विस में, और लेगा नहीं वो, कितने मौका मिलेंगे, कितने लोग टेम्प्ट करेंगे, नहीं. So to somebody decided throughout life not touch that alcohol. Then so many places he will go, people offer, but he will not take. एक बार दृढ़ निश्चय हो गया तो he will not do. Don't we do in the life also? कुछ चीज को हम छोड़ते हैं तो जिंदगी भर उसी तरह इस ज्ञानी को क्या है ना, वो हो गया कि he has held on to bhakti of Bhagavan, the desires have gone away. The difference between him and us, that only he has brought the Lord. The joy of Lord is so beautiful. The kamanas kicked away. We have not brought the Lord in our heart so beautifully, because of which the desires from our heart are not gone away. They were still, we are a samsari. We are struggling to be a sadhaka. We are not maturing to be a purna bhakta or bhagavata. तो बुलाओ भगवान को, समर्पण करो उनको, अपने जीवन के रथ, जो आध्यात्मिक साधना का रथ है, सारथ्य उनको देना. Here this is what very rare place, like in Gita, api chet sudracharo, all those shlokas, sarvadharman paritejya ananya chintanto mam. In all these shlokas, when you are devotee of mine, I'll take care of you. Lord gave so many assurances. This is like that only. Along with them, this is assurance. When I am invited by you into your heart, how can the kamanas will be there? जहाँ राम श्याम है तो काम नहीं रहेगा वहां ना, चला जाएगा. Now remember, the kamana is unnecessarily held disease of our mind, like many of the physical diseases we have. This is a psychological disease. It has to be uprooted, that's all. Bhagavan alone can do that. You know, as a Shiva, he will just open his third eye and he will burn. Or as the Bhagavan Krishna, Krishna ke putra Pradyumna is kamana ka amsha hai. So he listens to his father, Pradyumna. In the same way, the Kamana will listen to us. It will not make us nacho to his own tunes. I will do the desire of service, desire of devotion, desire of knowledge. ये वाला मैं कामना को, कामना अगर सन्मार्ग में ले जाए या अतीत हो जाए, दोनों में कामना, no more problem. These are the examples: Lord Shiva, Krishna, and Rama. These are all the symbols. So when I come into the heart, slowly, sarve kamaha hrudayaha nashyanti. Feel the meaning of those sentences strongly and get inspired both aspects, in both aspects. One, definitely from my heart, the kamanas all will get destroyed. First thing. Second strong feeling conviction is one, I therefore will invite the Lord deeply into my heart with all the practices that are possible. Read the stories of bhaktas, how they lived. Is it not? Learn from them, get inspired and do that day in and day out, day in and day out, day in and day out. अब मैं तो गारंटी कहता हूँ आपसे, ये जो उपासनाएं, तीर्थ यात्राएं, जब तब करते जाओ, एक दिन नहीं तो दूसरे दिन नहीं तो एक साल नहीं, 10 साल नहीं, 20 साल, 30 साल के बाद कम से कम जरूर, माई लॉर्ड इज एवरीथिंग टू मी, आई विल होल्ड ऑन टू हिम, भुक्ति प्रदाता इज ही, मुक्ति प्रदाता इज ही, बंध कामनादि बंधों से फ्री करने वाला भी वही है. ये कन्विक्शन आएगा, 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 पक्का आएगा. If आता नहीं है, भगवान will not have such an audacity, authenticity to say this in this text. Is it not? भगवान ने कहा तो भगवान तो झूठ नहीं कहते हैं. In the same way, if there are people or Jivan Mukta who recognize the self, en route they have transcended all kamana, that means भगवान उनके लिए किया है तो हमारे लिए भी करेंगे. So what is the whole topic under discussion? We are good devotees. We understood the kamanas are giver of the dukkha. We also have become nirveda for the karma. Little of Vedanta jnana also came. But totally we are not able to give up these kama parityaga kar nahi pa rahe. Anishwar hai. To such people, and 90% of sadhakas fall in this category. साधकों में सबको यही प्रॉब्लम होता है. Everybody will have to go through. If you see somebody has risen above the kamana, few janma back he was like us. And if we pursue as said, few lives ahead, we will also reach to that level. And thus keep such people in your mind as examples. In your own life, you might have met so many great people, transcending the kamanas, all that. तो उनको स्मरण करके उनका क्या है, इंस्पिरेशन लेकर वो लोग पहुंच गए तो मैं भी पहुंच सकता हूं. Don't take the example of 99 people who are kami and justify yourself कि 99 लोग ऐसे हैं, मैं भी वैसे ही रहूंगा. Then you are not doing good to yourself. Take the example that remaining one person who has transcended, because 99 में रहना हमारे काम थोड़ी है, हमको उस रेयर चीज में पहुंचना है जहां we have seen परमात्मा. And as I told you 12 days back, I remember exactly. The interesting thing about this, till the last kamana goes away, Bhagavad Darshana will not happen. Till the Bhagavad Darshana will happen, the last kamana or vasana will not go. Both are at the same time. It's like the transactions. स्टैम्प पेपर में दस्तखत कर दी तो उनको लोन दे देते हैं, फिर लोग वापस कर दी और स्टैम्प पेपर को फाड़ देते हैं. They happen at the very moment. Is it not? Don't you see that? Because you can't give a chance or take a chance. उनको आपने सब कागजात दे दी, पैसे तो दिया ही नहीं, वो उसके दिमाग में शैतान आ गया मानो, अब रुलाएगा घुमाएगा, अब देखो, you can't do anything. That's why many of these legal transactions, all this sort of thing, even though it is between brothers and all, you can't take it lightly, especially the money matters. क्योंकि money is such corrupting thing. Any moment it will corrupt you. इसलिए कोई भी खरीदना बेचने की बात होती है ना, दोनों में डाउट होता है. बेचने वाले को डर लगेगा कि पूरा पैसा देगा कि नहीं, खरीदने वाले को डर लगेगा कि पैसा तो दूंगा लेकिन ये पूरे कागजात ठीक है कि नहीं, देगा कि नहीं मुझे, 2 तो 3 लोगों को बेच दिया तो. This samsara in the world is so funny, no? In the same way, last vasana goes away, then only Bhagavad Darshana. Bhagavad Darshana with Atmanubhuti happens, then only last vasana goes away. They just happen. It's Bhagavan says कि दर्शन चाहिए या आखिरी वासना छोड़ो. Then you also say, भगवान वासना छोड़ दो, हाँ फिर दर्शन दे दो. भगवान says ले दर्शन, and we say ले लो आखिरी वासना, खत्म बात. And remember, just for imagination's sake, feel it. Really from our heart, from the root, all these pushing into world kamanas, vasanas, gone away मानो, कितना हम ये जो ना, वो जो पंछी पिंजरे से बाहर आया हुआ, how free we would be, imagine it. An example of that joy is when we are in deep sleep. That there's no kamana, no tension, no worry, no anxiety, no intellectual gymnastics, no emotional frustration, no physical activity, no waiting क्या आनंद है नींद में दोस्तों, वो वाला आनंद कॉन्शियसली हमको मिलेगा when we get freed from these continuous promptings of the heart called a kavana. Because of that only, in every shastra, in the beginning or in the middle or the end, or in all the three places, they talk about this topic. That you should rise above your bhautikvada, materialism, dehendriyadi tadatmya, through that indulging in the world of objects for sukha. ये सब माया है। अब माया कहो तुरंत तो समझते नहीं लोग, क्योंकि मजा आ रहा है उसमें। अरे मजा भी माया है तो वो समझेगा ही नहीं वो। लाइक इन ड्रीम यू हैड एन आइसक्रीम एंड यू हैड अ मजा। आइसक्रीम भी ड्रीम था, मजा भी ड्रीम ही था। याद रखना वो, ये तब पता चलेगा जब वेकिंग में आ जाओगे तो। So too, the world is also Maya, the indulgence also Maya, Sukha also is Maya, compared to the Ananda of the awakened stage. But only when you are at the Guru's feet listening to satsang for years, if that Guru also is a wasting time, talks only on the Shastra which talks about the truth or reality, that we slowly come to get to the information level. Then slowly the knowledge, understanding, that leads to conviction, then we become Pakka Sadhak. And when it does sadhana, siddhi happens. So मेरे ख्याल में इन पिछले 20 चैप्टरों में, though every chapter had so many salient things for us to teach, these 2-3 things are more relevant to us. In that, the important thing is what? Never ever feel so much guilty and regretted that totally negativities we are not able to give up. This is the way everybody will have to go through. We are not exception. But while doing so, never give up your Shraddha, never give up your Drudata, never give up your Preeti towards Bhagavan, in which you are expressing your Bhakti sadhanas. And allow him to enter into the heart. Feel his presence more. His presence more. And at a higher level of maturity in this sadhana, you will see the object in front of you. You will have kamana for it in the mind. If one sort of your lower mind says, let me indulge. The higher mind says, nahi, nahi, then gir jaunga, ludak jaunga, mujhe nahi karna. In between, suddenly you remember the God. You hold on to the hand or feet of the God. You can see slowly that intense kamana goes away from the mind. Object remains there only. Then, when this becomes repeatedly, you are amidst all objects, but nothing tempting you, because the God is in your heart, permanently established. चौकीदार बना दिया भगवान को अपने दिल में, बैठ गए वो, चौकन्ना है, किसी को अंदर आने नहीं देगा. That's what Nachiketa. Nachiketa was in Parama Vairagya. More than that, the Jignasa for Paramatma Tattva so much that he was feeling so restless when Yamadharmaraj was wasting his time by tempting with all the bhoga of every world. तू रख ले, मैंने छठ मेरे को वेदांत पढ़ाओगे नहीं तो मैं सबको बोलता हूँ कि तुमको कुछ आता नहीं. धमकी दिया वहां नचिकेता ने. Imagine that heart. If it is there for him, it can be for everyone. If it can be everyone for, it can be for us also. Well, believe in that possibility. Then believe in the need of that possibility and believe in our own effort for achieving that and believing in the grace of the Lord. Our effort is 10 minutes, 10%, Lord's grace is 90%. And 10% of our effort is to invoke His grace. एक बार भगवान के हमारे ऊपर कृपा हो गया मानो, सारे उखाड़ के फेंक देंगे माया को, उसके इफेक्ट्स को. और तब तक, जब तक वैसा डिवोशन, टिल दैट मोमेंट वी गेट द डीप डिवोशन ऑफ द लॉर्ड, आप देखो तड़पते रहेंगे. द तड़प ऑफ नॉट एबल टू डू साधना, तड़प ऑफ नॉट एबल टू क्वाइटन द माइंड, तड़प ऑफ नॉट एबल टू गिव अप द वर्ल्डलीनेस एंड डिजायर. दैट पकोड़े की तरह जो तलना होते तेल में ना, चलेगा ही सबको. Everybody will have to go through, no exception. If somebody has not gone through them in this life, they might have gone through all of them in the earlier life. They may not remember it. Essence they remember. That is in the form of vairagya. If in this world, in this life, right from the beginning, if somebody is vairagi, that vairagya came to him with the tadap which he went through in the last life. That was the essence. Essence came with him. Details are not required. किस तरह से हुआ, क्या हुआ, बस मेनली सारांश भगवान दे देते हमको. अनुभव का सार हमको कोई ज्ञान के रूप में, निश्चय के रूप में हमारे साथ आता ही रहता है. That's how in this world life, if somebody is pure vegetarian, earlier lives he must have done lot of experiment on non-vegetarianism, vegetarianism, and he came to a conviction. That's why in this life he decided right from the beginning, "Main chunga hi nahi." What I'm saying is what? Everybody will have to go through that pain. But once we are in the good books of the Lord, thing is done. Bhagavan says, Kama Hrudaya Nashyanti Sarve Mai Hridistite. And now to tell His grace to us and its effect, Bhagavan uses Upanishadic mantras only. He says, Vidyate Hrudaya Grantihi. The knot of the heart will be broken, cut asunder, removed. Avidya Kama Karma Rupi Granthi. No ignorance of self, no desire, no fulfillment of desire through action. This is called Hrudaya Granthi Bhedanam. Then ये बंदा कहाँ भी रहेगा वो परमात्मा में ही है. His place and time and which place is there, none of them will distract him from his अनुभव of Paramatma. That's called Granthi Bhedana. Or else क्या होगा? When the Granthi Bhedana has not happened, wherever this person is put, always that खटर of the mind goes on कि मुझे ये चाहिए वो चाहिए ऐसा चाहिए वैसा चाहिए ये करूंगा वो करूंगा. अब गुड़ 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 और इंजन अंदर जो है ना बड़े बड़े टू व्हीलर का या ये जो राजधानी का जो ट्रेन का इंजन होता है ना उस तरह से अंदर हमारा चलता ही रहेगा. इट गोज ऑन इनसाइड. यू कैन नेवर स्टॉप इट. If the Granthi of Hridaya is not removed, a person's life is like, he may look Gambhira outside. He may not express that desire. He may not even try to fulfill, but inside he is not at peace at all. He may not fulfill that desire, but the desire will take him to another direction for fulfilling it in some other way. But he goes on having that muttering, murmuring inside, the subtle murmuring inside. चाहिए 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 ये खत्म ही नहीं होता है इसको. इसलिए इसको चाह कहते हैं. चाह चाह और चाहिए और चाहिए और चाहिए. चाहत जिससे कोई राहत ही नहीं होता. फर्स्ट इज हृदय ग्रंथि भेदनम. सेकंड इज छिद्यन्ते सर्व संशयाः. संशयाः अस्ति नास्ति 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 अस्ति नास्ति. मॉर्निंग क्लास संशय regarding what is Paramatma, what is me, what is our relation, and also what is the reality about the jagat. कोई संशय नहीं रहेगा. पता चल जाएगा ये सब धोखाधड़ी है. सब ये जादूगर का जादू है. the whole world is nothing but the magic of the magician, the Lord. ये clarity it will come. छिद्यन्ते सर्व संशयाः. And the important samshaya bhedanam is about who am I actually. And beauty is what? When I know myself, and funnily is beautifully, everything is my own self. Then what is what? Doubt will never be there. That's why all samshayas have gone away. Then kshiyante chasya karmani, all is prarabdha karma, will anyway go through the experiences. Agami will never involve in a sanchita, get burned. Very bad example. Don't misunderstand me. If you don't like it, give it back to me. Somebody, pensioner, died. What happens to his next month salary? It will not come because mar gaye to he will not. He'll have to forfeit it, foregone. He can't be given. What happens to all his property of all accounts, all whatever fixed deposit? जो nominee है उसको चला जाएगा. Now, as a dead person, now will he do any karma now? No. तो उनका संचित खत्म हो गया, आगामी खत्म हो गया और प्रारब्ध देह के साथ चला गया. In the same way, छिद्यन्ते सर्व संशया क्षीयन्ते चास्य कर्माणि. ये तो the example I gave of a dead person, but alive only, our all karmas go away. We are in the ananda of our swarupa. The mithyatva of the jagat is so clearly understood. Therefore, jagat will never tempt us. Beautiful. Only one bondage will remain there, one or two, that we want to do devotion to God or we want to help other jivas. But that also sweetly taken self-bondage. You can't call it bondage, but then some people even do that. Some say we are in the real self. For us, nothing is unreal, only self is real. They get into that. क्षीयन्ते चास्य कर्माणि मयि दुष्टे paravare, my dushte akhila atmani. When I am seen in the heart, who am I? Akhila atma. सबके आत्मा रूप मुझे देखने से, सबके मीन्स नॉट ओनली बीइंग्स बट ऑल द माया का भी आत्मा परमात्मा है. All those products of Maya called as Mano, Buddhi, Chitta, Ahankara, for all of them the self is Atma only, Paramatma only, real self. Without him, none of them are there. When you see the gold as gold, all ornamental bondages go away. You may use the ornaments. No, that very subtle experience. In this example, if you can catch, you can understand what is said regarding Paramatma. So, when I said this sentence, did you catch it? What was said? Once you recognize the gold, all bondage of the ornamentation goes away. If you can catch the marma or rahasya of this sentence, you understand what is realization also. Feel about the meaning of it. If I understand the gold, all the conditioning or bondage of the ornamentation goes away. What is the meaning of it? 3-4 things. First of all, no ornament is real. Real is gold. Gold is already with me. Second is at any time gold can be melted, can be transformed from one ornament to the other. Yet no ornament is real. What is real is gold. I got the gold. Imagine a person who has got a golden biscuits or 10, 20. No, he is such a secured person with that regard to gold because that gold is there, 10 बिस्कुट जितना में है, आप कुछ भी बना सकते हो उससे, उनसे जो बन सकता है. और उसको बनाए हुए को बिगाड़ सकते हो. बिगड़ते हैं, बने हुए बिगड़ते हैं. दैट व्हिच इज मेड ऑर्नामेंट इज मेल्टेड. गोल्ड इज ऑलवेज देयर. इन द सेम वे अखिल आत्मनि मयि दृष्टे मीन्स अखिल ऑर्नामेंट का आत्मा गोल्ड. व्हेन द गोल्ड इज सीन, all problems with ornaments go away. Problems are only with ornaments, not with the gold. So the problems are with name and form, not with Paramatma. And names and form are never real. Then they are not real. You thinking as real, so you are abail mujhe mar. You are inviting the world of name and form to kick you by giving name and form to the God who has not none of these things. It's just like common sense. You are calling a friend today to allow him to kick you tomorrow by cheating. He will cheat you, that's all. He may not know it. At right time, he will not help you. And you say, Kya friend, yaar, to bekar, you have not helped me on time. This sentence will come out of your mouth. He is innocent. But what made you say this to this fellow and not to the other? You made him friend 10 years back. Why not the other fellow? You have not made that comment. Because he is not friend. He was not made as friend. So invite somebody as any relation, you are going to suffer. Just like that here also. When you don't see the Paramatma, immediately you will see form and name, then you are get bound. But Mayi Dushte Akhilatmani, when you have visualized me, the self of everything, no more the names and forms can bind you. The famous example of different shaped candies. You know, Gade ka shape mein, Ghode ka, elephant shape, variety of shaped candies. When you know the candy's essence is sweetness, then which shape hai to kya farak padta hai? See the change that happens in the child. When he is at the age of 4 years, इतना ही फर्क होता है. 4 and 6 में ही फर्क आ जाता है उसको. Year of 4th में he will demand, I want elephant only or I want chूहा only, he says. He's fond of that Tom, Jerry, whatever. Even if it is small one, he says, I want that. He's a बेवकूफ. When he comes to 6 years, he knows चूहा हो गधा हो कुछ भी हो वो चीनी ही है. चूहे में कम है, गधे में ज्यादा है. मेरे को गधा दे, तू चूहा रख ले. He only will give up because he has seen the atma of all the candies. Is it not? Now in front of me, the jada vastus are there, the vyaktis are there. Now in all of them, what is there as atma is Paramatma only. Now if you look at the Paramatma, can any of the forms and names of things and beings misguide me, tempt me? Bolo, will they cheat me? Will they threaten? None of them, because I have seen Atma. देखो मई दृष्टि अखिलात्. One of the very important shlokas is this one. हो गया। फिर तस्मान् मद भक्ति युक्तस्य योगिनो वै मदात्मनः न ज्ञानं न च वैराग्यम प्रायः श्रेयो भवेदिह. Therefore, because the super results you get out of bhakti, that you have my ananda as well as all desires removed which are binding. Because of these things, tasmat mad bhakti yuktasya yoginah vai. The yogi who is following the bhakti sadhana and became bhakta, mad atmanaha, who has surrendered himself to me completely, for such person of that path, na jnanam na cha vairagyam, prayah shreyo bhavedita. Yeah. For him, practicing the jnana marga or practicing the vairagya will not give him the best. Though jnani marga and vairagya marga, ashtanga yoga, will help other persons who are qualified for that. Here, Bhagavan is highlighting the importance of bhakti for those who are fit for that bhakti sadhana. And this is not to compare with others to belittle them. The person is very sharp in his intellection. उसको भक्ति के बारे में बताओ तो हंसेगा, क्या बेवकूफ बना रहे मुझे. I have transcended all these emotions. Tell me logic. Tell me reasoning. Give me the example. Give me the subtlety. He will be good for the ज्ञान मार्ग only. तो उस समय फिर कहेंगे you stick to that mark of knowledge. This emotional commotion, devotion, you need not. वहां वो बताए. बट यहाँ प्रसंग भक्ति का है, इसलिए तस्मात मद भक्ति युक्त से योगिना. For a yogi who has become fully endowed in his devotion towards me to such an extent that Madatmanaha, he discovered me as a self of all. For him, nacha jnanam, nacha vairagyam, prayah shreyo bhavet. Therefore, jnana vairagya also he did not worry about. In fact, in Bhagavad Purana, Mahatmya, we have seen that only. The Jnana, Vairagya and Bhakti, these three were there. Only when the Jnana Devi, Bhakti Devi Pushti came, then only Jnana Vairagya also become Pushta. That happened in the Bhagavad Purana. Bhagavad Sattah में भक्ति को पुष्टि मिल गई तो ज्ञान वैराग्य भी पुष्टि हो गए. And where bhakti, jnana, vairagya are there, life is liberated. Vairagya is towards the world, bhakti is towards the Almighty God, jnana is the knowledge of the self. These are the only thing we have to fully achieve. The knowledge of Paramatma, the Sharanagata Bhakti to the Paramatma, the Saguna form, and toward the world, absolute Vairagya. What is Vairagya? No desire. What is no desire? Because of the desire, neither you have Raga towards anything. Because the desire not fulfilled, you don't have Dvesha towards anything. कामना और राहित्य के कारण राग द्वेष नहीं रहने के मानसिक स्थिति को वैराग्य कहते हैं, इसी जगत में रहकर. Like when I go to a place with somebody where I have nothing to buy, everything around is there, but I am not tempted, neither raga nor dvesha, because I have no desire. That's a vairagya. जहाँ कामना होता है, desire, whichever the fulfiller of desire, toward that the raga will happen. Whichever disturb the desire, the dvesha will happen. Same source which gave fulfillment of desire, other day doesn't fulfill, then to the same, where you had raga earlier, you will have dvesha later on. And that pollutes the peace of mind. A person whose mind is disturbed, how can he be happy? Ashantasya kutas sukham. He cannot be happy in the worldly affairs and staying also. Forget about his happiness and bliss in the seat of meditation or devotion or yoga. अरे उसके दरवाजे तक भी जाएगा वो. Forget about going into the deeper inner chambers of the yoga sadhanas. दरवाजे से ही उसको धक्का देके. If somebody is applying for a police sub inspector job, height is 4/8. उसका एप्लीकेशन को भी फाड़ के फेंकते हैं. यू नीड कम से कम 5-7 होना है हाइट, तभी जाकर फर्स्ट थिंग हाइट इज चेक्ड. नहीं हुआ तो बाकी टेस्ट की जरूरत नहीं है. इन द सेम वे you'll never enter in beyond the gate also of bhakti sadhana. You'll only be frustrated at the outer level because of raga dvesha. We all have them. Each one has the raga dvesha towards different things and beings, but everyone are victims of them, and the root of both of them is desire. Like I have desire of chocolate. Whoever gives chocolate, toward them I have raga. Who doesn't give, I will have dvesha. Is it not? नहीं देने वाला दे रहे हैं तो फिर से राग उधर हो जाएगा. देने वाला stops giving, you become dveshi. Remember, I don't have desire of chocolate. Two people are there with chocolate. You will not even look at them. That's called vairagya, because you have no raga dvesha. Why? No desire. है ना? एक कहता है मैं तुमको चॉकलेट दूँगा, अगर मैं दूँगा ही नहीं। यू नॉट लिसन टू देम, यार मेरे को चाहिए नहीं। Sometimes that's how we live in such a life. Somebody tempts us with something and says, "Be my friend." मैं कहता हूँ उसकी ज़रूरत ही नहीं है मुझे, तुम ज़रूरत ही नहीं है मेरे को। I don't want that thing, I don't want friendship with you. Is it not? This is how it is. तस्मात् मद्भक्तियोगस्य योगिनः मदात्मनः न ज्ञानं न च वैराग्यं प्रायः श्रेयो भवेत् इह. Very clear? हो गया? Now we have these 6 slokas. I thought of doing them today, but it won't be done completely. And we have to see that Sri Lord Rama kills Ravana today. So we should give little time more freely for that subject of Valmiki Ramayana, which we are studying all around from 700 days or 600 days, 650. तो वी विल डू दैट वन टुडे. ये जो 6 श्लोक है इसको हम कल खत्म करेंगे. यहाँ का भी 20वां अध्याय हो जाएगा. सर्वम श्री कृष्ण चरणारविंदार्पणमस्तु. ओम पूर्णमद पूर्णमिदं पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते. ओम शांति शांति शांति. हरि ओम. श्री गुरुभ्यो नमः. बोल कृष्णचंद्र भगवान की जय. सतगुरुनाथ महाराज की जय. हरिओम. रुकना, हिंदी में वाल्मीकि रामायण छोड़ो मत. अम्मा. ओम श्री कृष्ण